Then let's use the rope swing here. The rope is flexible here, so you cannot manipulate it with the wrist motion. So you have to guide it properly. And your goal here is to generate good speed of the end of the rope. Let the end of the rope go around your body fast enough. You don't have to have jerky motion.
But it can't be so slow that it falls.
Yeah, if it's slow, then it will drop.
Okay.
And so you have to make the end of the rope always, alive, around, so it's going around your body. Yeah, yeah. So here, you will hit the front side, your chest here. If the end of the rope is moving fast enough, then it will hit the chest at the end.
So that's what I want you kind of under.
Again, make the motion rhythmic and then swing both ways. Throw both ways, throw. Now, the rope swing has two purposes. One is to develop consistent swing plane. When you repeat this motion, the best way to practice and then develop good body rhythm is a continuous swing.
Mm-hmm. Like the one we just did.
Yeah. Okay. So as you swing continuously, maintain consistent swing plane here, both ways. And then wait until the rope goes around and hit the front side, then start rotation in the opposite direction instead of rushing, okay? So give you enough time. So again, rhythmic motion coming from the legs and then throw both ways. And then in the downswing, you tend to lift up here. So
okay, that. I like that you say that because that's where I feel like my block. I feel like
the way you are moving is you are dropping this here and then try to lift up here. Instead, you have to turn more and then so let if the elbow is here, it's stuck. That's why you have to go this way.
Okay.
So you have to let the elbow go in front of your body, and then sort of turn this way more.
So let it come out.
Yeah. And then you have to turn this way. So here you have to keep the hands a bit closer to your body, so that you can turn this way instead of go down here and then try to lift up here.
Okay.
You have to let the elbow go in front of your body, and then keep the hands closer. Keep the hands closer to your body on this side. Yeah. As you swing back and forth, if initially in the downswing, if this side drops here, pelvis is sliding. If this drops too much, it's hard to turn this way.
Yeah.
So you have to control that. So if you want to bring the rope toward the target, okay, then your hand has to move almost symmetrically both sides here, instead of dropping here and then going up here. Yeah, you have to image the hand plane. What's directly affecting to the rope motion is the hand motion here. If your hand goes down here and then lift up here, then it will affect the rope motion.
My rope's going out that way. Is that right?
Naturally. So what should happen is you have to guide your hands more neutrally here. So you have a similar path on both sides, symmetric path here. Come down this way, come here. So you have to start changing the way you are moving the hands down here.
So I'm coming in this way. I need to come in
More that way and then turn this way more.
And that's how you get the hands closer, is by that turn.
Yeah. But if this goes behind here, then it's hard to turn, so you have to let it go. So pay attention to the hand motion. Here the hands are still too far away. Bring the hands a bit closer to the body on this side. Yeah. A bit more, a bit more. Yes. More this way. So intentionally try to swing toward me. I'm on the left side of the target. Try to throw the rope to me and also the hands to me. So let's do this. So your backswing is still a bit flat. When the backswing is flat here, and then it's easy to come down this way. But try to bring this more flatter on this side. Flatter, and then bring the hands more inward.
When you say flat, I'm sorry, what do you mean?
So from here, instead of dropping this here, try to come this way.
Okay.
And then the hands come this way. Oh, no, this is too low. If on the way down, when you start, one thing you have to be careful is that when you start the downswing, your left shoulder is too high, your right shoulder too low. Then you're already coming this way. It is hard to change it. Bring it a bit more flatter here. So there should be the shoulder should be more level here. More come this way here. Instead of coming this way.
Oh, okay, so this was too high.
Yeah. If it's too high, then left arm is too high, right arm is too low, then always you go that way
There's
here.
nowhere for
So
us to go.
when you start here, or this way here,
Right here.
then you turn this way.
Going on here, like that.
And then come down. Yes, let it go. This way. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it all depends on how you move your body, but you keep going this way here. Left shoulder is too high, right shoulder is too low at the beginning of the downswing.
That was still.
No, this is a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a lot better. Then always you have to go outward, right? But if you reduce the height difference,
Here.
then you'll be able to turn
So I
this.
was here.
Yeah.
And that's exaggeration.
Yeah. So it's all about how you guide your arms and then the rope. So again, swing toward me. That's better. In the backswing, kick the right leg more. Yes. Oh, the direction is really good. Yes. And then here, still keep the hands a bit closer so that your body can turn around like this instead of.
So I'm coming out here too much.
Still your right shoulder is too low. Yeah, like that. So even in the backswing, you have to keep the right shoulder higher. Currently, as I keep saying, your backswing is a bit flat. It's because during the backswing, your right shoulder is going low here.
So on the backswing, ideally my right shoulder should be higher.
Yeah. So here, you can use the same arm motion here, but instead of going flat here, if you raise your right shoulder a bit higher, then already your hand position is different. From here, if you start the downswing, so the right shoulder is high here, right? And then you start downswing, it's not a problem. But go flat here, and your initial motion is going this way, left shoulder becomes high.
Too high. Okay.
Then you have to always swing that
So
way.
get this high.
Yes. So similar leg action, and as you turn your shoulders, make sure in the back you bring the right shoulder a bit higher. Yep. Yeah. Then changing the direction, more square or slightly this way, is a lot easier because of shoulder motion.
Yeah, I don't feel it as much in my iron. I feel like my driver, I thought I couldn't swing. I had to swing down. That's all I could swing.
Because the swing plane is flatter in the driver. The longer the club becomes, the flatter the swing plane is. And then you can easily go flat here.
Okay.
Then come this way. When you have shorter clubs, you have to lean a bit more. With that, naturally this can go higher.
Okay.
But when you have flatter swing plane, you can easily go flat here and then come this way. Yeah. So it's all about how you move your shoulders. But relax here. Actually, it's better to keep your focus to something else, and then naturally this will organize. So perhaps, try to throw the rope this way, and then with that reorganize everything.
So don't think about the shoulder getting low or high.
You don't have to intentionally worry about this. Actually, directing your focus to something else outside is better.
All right.
And also, overall, what you have to figure out is that if you want to swing in the downswing, if you want to swing the rope this way here, then what would be the best way to do in the backswing? Depending on your backswing pad, sometimes this becomes difficult. So you have to adjust your backswing pad, make sure you can swing the rope the way you want in the downswing.
Okay. Yeah.
So always you have to watch how the rope is moving. And then in the backswing makes the downswing a bit more difficult. Then you have to adjust the backswing. So it's called the self-organization of your motion. Yes. Keep swinging, and then develop consistent rhythm both ways using the legs. Swing, dance, throw. So initially you need the intentional adjustment, but as you repeat this, it becomes more natural. Dance, throw. When you use the rope will show honest response to your body motion. With the club, you can manipulate it with your wrist. So sometimes, even if your body motion is not right, then you can always adjust it. But with the rope, if you try to do it still, it doesn't work. So the only way you can move the rope consistently is guide it correctly, both directions. Now your body motion is a lot more natural because you do have this rhythm. Push.
It feels like I'm swinging out way out of the left side.
So now let me look at your swing from this direction. The same thing.
Rope again?
Yeah, swing back and forth. Both ways, try to throw the rope. Throw, more actively throw using the legs. Throw. Good. Now, let's see. In the backswing, how much your pelvis moves. Throw, more actively throw using the legs. Throw. Good. In the backswing. This is good. So,
compared to where it was, yeah.
Now this is your body posture here, compared to.
Pretty much pointed right there.
You have this angle here.
Versus back there.
Yeah, but now with this rhythmic motion here, you're moving the pelvis enough. And then when you have good rhythm here, then automatically you are recentering. Your head doesn't have to move laterally that much. Your pelvis is doing most of the motion.
Okay.
So this pattern is really good.
Okay.
But one thing. So at the end of this motion, so this is backswing here. Let the rope go in front of your chest here, and then slow. So have a bit more time in the transition. You see?
Do I just keep going with the arms a little bit more versus stop them there?
Yeah. Before the rope hits your chest, your shoulder already turns this way here. That means you're brushing.
Okay.
So give more.
One more.
Have the image of adding extra shoulder turn at the end, and then wait until this is completed, and then start the downswing. Then you can really throw the rope.
Okay.
So it's called the mature transition, mature backswing.
Okay.
Using the wind up, throw. Using the wind up, throw. Yes, wind up, throw. Wind up, throw. Yeah, and then one way to sort of have a bit more time there is now adding this recentering motion here. So push and then recenter while you're still turning the shoulders. So as you recenter, your shoulders still turning in the backward direction. No need to go that far here. So if you have initial shift away and then it's just the recenter to this position here while you're still turning, and then from there, let it go. Okay.
So where do you go?
This recentering is just coming back to the initial position. Okay, not more than that. So here, and the slight recentering. Recentering and then let it go. Recenter and then let it go.
Oh man, all right.
The speed of no here. The speed of rope should be still there, so it can come all the way here. It's a slowing down here. So let it go all the way.
You said I'm slowing down. I should keep going. Oh,
So
sorry.
the rope has to come all the way and then hit it here, and then let it go, instead of let it go all the way, and let it go all the way, and then let it go.
I'm not really throwing the backswing enough.
So in the backswing, the goal is to make enough wind up instead of rushing into a downswing.
Yeah, I was thinking about my legs a lot.
The main thing that has to happen during the backswing is preparing all these muscles here. But if you, here's one difference. So in the backswing, it's not a burst motion, whoop, and then just relax and then try to come down later. It's instead of a whoop, whoop motion here, whoop, whoop.
Okay.
You have to connect to the motion. But to make it faster, so go all the way.
So I need to snap that a little more. That'll get it back there faster.
So when you have a snapping motion, oop, 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 this happens. But ooh, let it go, ooh, let it go, ooh, let it go. So as you exaggerate this, ooh, let the rope go all the way. That will really give you good wind up and prepare your body. So as you do that, when you connect, you can really feel tension.
I had a couple there, right? I can still feel a couple of them drop on me. Like, okay. Yeah,
When you
no.
have good wind up and active slowdown of the body, then these muscles will develop tension.
Okay.
That means you're preparing these muscles during the backswing and then use them in the downswing. So with that, what happens is, and let it go, let it go, let it go, using these muscles.
As we add more and more, I feel like I'm losing sight of my legs, but they're still doing okay. They're still.
You have to have good shift to the right first, and using this push, you're introducing this shift motion here. So that shift, you have tendency of, as you bring this already moving backward here. Instead, go out this way, out and return.
Okay, so I'm going a little too early.
So always when you start the swing, instead of going that way first, try to go this way first and then go.
So here,
So you can have initial shift good. The backswing is still too slow here. Let it go all the way, make it a bit faster so that it can hit your chest.
okay.
Yeah. Now, yeah, you are not really extending the right
Yeah,
leg enough.
this one struggles.
So here, remember in the backswing, lift the heel slightly,
Okay.
so that you can go shift it to the right and then come back here. Both ways actually, if you will lift the heel here and then heel here, heel here, heel here, then that means you have shifting enough. So instead of going this way here, that this is coming in, but rather shift so that this extends, shift and the heel leaves the ground, heel leaves the ground. Yeah. Have enough shift, it's okay. As you repeat the motion, having enough shift is okay because it's still under control.
And so when I'm recentering,
Recently, you're recently too early. Before you have this good shift away.
here,
Yeah, so no need to worry about intentional recentering. When you have good shift away and then push the ground, then automatically you will have recentering.
so automatically push the ground. I'm just gonna, as long as I'm not pushing, I'm not gonna push out that way.
And then let's put it this way. So when you start the downswing, start the downswing with your back toward the target here. Instead of quickly going down. Before the backswing is completed and quickly turning here, at the end your back is toward target. Wait until your back is toward target and then let it go.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. So all you need to feel is at the end of the backswing you have a little bit reverse pivot posture. So instead of intentionally shifting here, if you go reverse pivot,
I'm not gonna turn my back unless I.
then already this is good enough.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because
I like that. That's
your head is not moving much, but by having reverse pivot, this is similar to your recentering motion because your left knee will be slightly bent here. Then kick here, kick here, kick here.
Okay.
So all you need to have is reverse pivot posture. No need to have excessive.
Don't think about that, just think about hitting that back.
Just reverse pivot posture.
Okay.
That reverse pivot posture will give you a good feel of a push here using the right leg, and then the right side is straightened here, and then left side is straightened, right side is straightened as you push. That reverse pivot posture is really good from here. In the downswing, throw harder, throw, wind up, throw, wind up, throw, wind up, throw. So you can use these bigger muscles a lot better instead of just using the arms here.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot more here and here than
Yeah. So in order to swing hard in the downswing, you'll just have a more wind up here, more active wind up. That will automatically give you active downswing. Let me record this.
Okay.
Give good wind up and then let it go. Ready, go. wind up, swing, wind up, swing. Good. Yeah. Yeah. So that way, it's completely different from your initial swing. The way you're moving your body now is. Mm-hmm. Yes. Swing, wind up, swing, wind up, swing. Good. Standing on the right side, let it go. Slide, reverse pivot, let it go. Instead of, initially it was the opposite. So in your case, initially, by not letting the pelvis go, your overall spinning around, you see, the right leg is straight, but you're in this position here, but now you're in this position.
Okay.
So you can use the right leg a lot better. And then this way you can use the ground better, and then you will be able to generate more torque using the ground.
Sure.
So this is really good. Okay. This is orange whip. It's reasonably flexible, but it's a lot heavier. So now as you swing this, you have to find a good timing. You have to really use your leg to promote this swing. Otherwise, if you just use your arms, then you can get the fatigue quickly. So again, image that you are swinging a rope. Okay. Let's swing back and forth. Let's finish this quickly. Yes, now you're in the downswing, you can really support the upper body turn by using the legs.
So that's not going way out there? That's a good, my plane is okay?
This is good, currently it's good. So, and then your timing is really good. So when you use your body properly, then what happens is you can really use your lower body to promote upper body turn.
Yeah, okay.
So let me record this. But if the timing is not right, then your lower body is moving on its own, and then your upper body is moving on its own, all independently. Swing, 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 swing. Yeah. When you go backward, in the backswing, try to, instead of going this way here, try to have more this way. Yeah, remember this is called the forearm supination. This is the forearm supination. This is pronation, but on the way back, try to have right forearm supination, as we did this in the arm throw here. Try to have this posture instead of going this way.
Okay.
If you go this way here, then backswing becomes flat, and also it will give you a crossover posture. But when you go this way here, then you will prevent crossover. It's too low. It's too low.
Oh, okay.
Just to feel the motion. Just to feel the motion of the whip, and then let it go. Then you will go to this position here. Let it go. You will go to this position.
What was I was more.
If you try to dominate this with the arm motion here, it goes this way.
Okay.
Then the elbow tends to go backward quite a bit. But try to keep the elbow more in front of your body, and then by using this supination here, okay, lift it this way here. And then this side, the same thing here. You will have this motion both ways, here, here, here. Okay. And then pay attention to the motion of the end of the whip, because the goal is to move the end of the whip nicely and then hit the ball, instead of trying to dominate the motion by using your body.
So say that one more time?
You're just helping the end of the whip move without any obstruction.
Without me trying to guide it with my hands. Okay.
So be aware of the whip motion. Throw, And then, particularly when you start the backswing, make sure you guide the whip along the same plane here.
So where am I going?
It's going a bit flatter.
When you say flat, you mean?
When you start the backswing. Here. After finishing the downswing here, and then,
Oh, okay, versus.
so make sure you still move the same way here. If the arms, you have good supination, pronation of the forearm here, you can really guide the end of the whip along the same plane here. So instead of trying to go more this way here,
Okay.
let it go here, let it go here. So you'll be able to preserve the motion of the.
And that's my right arm.
So that way you will be able to have a lot more stable swing motion. Yes, this time. So make sure your elbow does not go back too much here. Then you have crossover. So here, if you go here this way, then more the forearm is more upright instead of the elbow sticking out backwards, right? Yeah, like that. Swing, and then make it rhythmic both ways. Swing, swing, swing. Here. So you will see whether your motion is consistent or not. Where the whip motion on the way back. Swing, swing, swing.
Oh, I see it, okay.
Go flat.
Yeah, I can see it kind of comes up like right here.
Both ways it should be continuous.
Okay.
It's tough for me. I have arthritis and everything. But if you really feel the motion of the whip here, let it go, swing, bring it back, swing, bring it back, and swing, bring it back, and swing. So your body is really moving to promote consistent motion of the whip. Okay?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm still thinking so much about my legs. It's hard to keep them all
So
straight.
pay attention to motion of the end of the whip. You have to have consistent motion. The goal is to move the end of the whip nicely. Yeah. Swing, swing. So let's swing this one more time. It's heavy, so you can quickly get the fatigue. So. Good. So, in the end, a good golf swing motion is a simple motion. You eliminate all the unnecessary movement. And then the main thing is the motion of the device you're dealing with. Whether it's a rope or even the club. The goal is to move the club, make the club motion as simple as possible. So mostly what happens is it's a planar motion here. It will go away from the plane up here, but mostly here it's a planar motion. And then you maintain that motion and come down here as you repeat the swing motion and develop good rhythm. And then bring the club head along the same plane. Then swing motion is really simple. You don't have much perpendicular motion, right? But if you have a lot of perpendicular motion, then you have to have a compensation. During the body, you have to eliminate that. Swing becomes even more complex.
Sure.
One of the reasons why the flat pelvic turn is not good is because if everything is moving along this direction here, and if your hip goes backward quite a bit here, it's actually moving away from the swing plane. The swing plane is here. So it's better to move the pelvis also, the hips also, quite similar to the club motion here. Although they are not on the same plane, but by lifting this up and the slide backward, this way your pelvis is moving fairly parallel to the swing plane here. That way, everything becomes simpler. So here, as you move, you're promoting good planar motion, and then your lower body will allow that motion here, right? So everything should be club centric, or in this case, OWheep centric. Yeah. Particularly in the transition, make sure you move the OWheep along the same plane. If here you change the motion quite a bit.
So when I'm up here,
So at the end of backswing and also at the end of the downswing here, try to make it as consistent as possible. Yeah, yeah. So then the motion of the whip becomes really simple. Then your body will promote that.
okay.
And then add the speed by using the legs more actively here. Let it go.
So this should almost feel the same when we were throwing, just like throwing, and this is just kind of going along with the right. I mean, you got to figure out the way this moves. But, okay.
So if your body does not move properly, then you move away from the swing plane. The swing motion becomes complex. So you have to compensate that
Sure.
with the wrist. So.